Hare Krishna, Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Continuing to read from Caitanya Caritamrita, we are on chapter 7, text 127. Prakrita vastute yadi achintya shakti haya, Ishwarera achintya shakti iteki vishmaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. If there is such inconceivable potency in material objects, why should we not believe in the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? The argument of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described in this verse can be very easily understood even by a common man if he simply thinks of the activities of the sun, which has been giving off unlimited amounts of heat and light since time immemorial, and yet has not even slightly decreased in power. So the sun was there even in Satyug, which was millions of years ago. And the sun is going to continue to be there even after we leave the body. So the sun is blazing, it's giving its heat and light. We don't have to change the bulb of the sun. It's there. So if the sun has so much power, how much more power God will have? That's what we have to think. Modern science believes that it is by sunshine that the entire cosmic manifestation is maintained. And actually, one can see how the actions and reactions of sunshine maintain order throughout the universe. So the sun is the center of the universe. If there was no sun, we won't be able to survive. And no one would be able to survive in the universe. The growth of vegetables and even the rotation of the planets take place due to the heat and light of the sun. Sometimes, therefore, modern scientists consider the sun to be the original cause of creation, not knowing that the sun is only a medium, for it is also created by the supreme energy of the Supreme Personality of God. So if the sun, which is just a tiny planet compared to God, can be so amazing that for millions and billions of years it's shining, never reduces its power, then how much more power God has? Because God is unlimited. So why shall we think God has no power, even when such an insignificant planet as the sun has so much power? In comparison to God, what is one sun, right? So if one sun has so much power, how much more power God has? Sometimes, therefore, modern scientists consider, aside from the sun and the touchstone, there are many other material things that transform their energy in different ways and yet remain as they are. It is not necessary, therefore, for the original cause, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to change due to the changes or transformations of His different energies. So yesterday we heard that the touchstone, you keep on touching it to anything, those things will turn into gold, will turn into valuable jewels, but the touchstone remains the same. And now we are hearing the sun, it gives off heat and light for millions and millions of years, and yet it remains unchanged. So similarly, God is unlimited and His powers are unlimited. He does not change Himself. He does not change Himself. Like the touchstone does not change itself. It's just changing everything around it. The sun, it's giving heat and light, but it still exists. Doesn't mean that because the sun is giving heat and light, now the sun has become sunshine and there is no sun anymore. Doesn't make sense, right? The sun is there, the sunshine is there too. The falsity of Sripad Shankaracharya's explanation of Vivartavad and Parinamvad has been detected by the Vaishnavacharyas, especially Jiva Goswami, whose opinion is that actually Shankara did not understand the Vedanta Sutra. In Shankara's explanation of one sutra, Ananda Mayobhyasan, he has interpreted the affix mayat with such word jugglery that this very explanation proves that he had little knowledge of the Vedanta Sutra, but simply wanted to support his impersonalism through the aphorisms of the Vedanta philosophy. So a person who actually understands Vedanta Sutra, who actually knows Vedanta Sutra, will completely reject the impersonal theory. Why? Because the impersonal theory is just merely word jugglery. Juggling with words is completely not based in truth, not based in the fact. It's not based in knowledge. By words, we can speak so many words, but there's no substance to it. All the words are a waste, right? It's just simply a waste. In Shankara's, we did that. Actually, however, he failed to do so because he could not put forward strong arguments. In this connection, Srila Jiva Goswami cites the phrase Brahma Pucham Pratishta, Taittiriya Upanishad 2.5, which gives Vedic evidence that Brahman is the origin of everything. So Srila Jiva Goswami, he is the youngest of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, very scholarly, very scholarly. He's written so many scriptures, commentaries on so many scriptures. So he, in his commentary on the Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahma Pucham Pratishta, he says that this phrase, he's saying that this phrase, Brahma Pucham Pratishta, which is there in Taittiriya Upanishad, it's an evidence that Brahman is the origin of everything. Brahman is the origin of everything. In explaining this verse, Sripad Shankaracharya interpreted various Sanskrit words in such a way that he implied, according to Jiva Goswami, that Vyasadeva had very little knowledge of higher logic. Such unscrupulous deviation from the real meaning of the Vedanta Sutra has created a class of men who, by word jugglery, try to derive various indirect meanings from the Vedic literatures, especially the Bhagavad Gita. So we have to hear from the devotees. The devotees know the scriptures. That's the reason we have to hear from the devotees. We do not need to hear from people who don't understand themselves, because if they don't understand, how will we understand? I want to become a doctor. I have to go to a special medical school where there is certified professors. I can learn under them. Then I can practice under a certified doctor. And then I will also become a professional doctor. So if we at all are serious about our spiritual life, then we need to hear from the persons who are the authorities, who have the knowledge. Only simply by word jugglery, we are just going to stay here in the material world still. There's so many people commenting on Bhagavad Gita without understanding what Bhagavad Gita is about, making up so many different meanings to Bhagavad Gita. But if we are going to do that, we are going to be so confused. We are going to be confused and we are going to confuse others. So what good is that? What good is that? Rather, let us learn from the teachers who know the correct meanings. One of them has even explained that the word Kurukshetra refers to the body. Such interpretations imply, however, that neither Lord Krishna nor Vyasadeva had a proper sense of word usage or etymological adjustment. So if some commentator of Bhagavad Gita has written Bhagavad Gita, that Kurukshetra, it means the body. Now, if we interpret that Kurukshetra means the body, then it goes to show that the way Lord Krishna has spoken the Bhagavad Gita and the way Vyasadeva has recorded the Bhagavad Gita means they both don't know how to speak. That Krishna does not know how to speak, and Srila Vyasadeva neither does he know how to speak. And he does not know what's the meaning of what Lord Krishna is saying. So then it goes to show that by word jugglery, what we are doing is trying to say that I am greater than God. I know better than God. So they lead one to assume that since Lord Krishna could not personally sense the meaning of what he was speaking and Vyasadeva did not know the meaning of what he was writing, Lord Krishna left his book to be explained later by the Mayavadis. Such interpretations merely prove, however, that their proponents have very little philosophical sense. Okay, so if we think that Krishna did not know what he's speaking, he has no sense of speaking, and Vyasadeva did not know what Krishna was speaking, Vyasadeva did not know what he was writing, but it is now for a certain type of people who Krishna and Vyasadeva have left this job to, and clearly we are being very, very misguided if we think that. If we think Krishna does not know what he's speaking and Vyasadeva does not know the meaning of what he's writing, it's not that they don't know, it is that we don't know. So we don't need to misinterpret. We don't need to overthink things. We just need to accept Krishna's words as they are. So, any questions or comments? If no, then we'll stop here. And again, we are reminded of the importance of who we are hearing from. We may think, oh, I'm hearing Bhagavad Gita, but am I really hearing Bhagavad Gita? Is the speaker really speaking Bhagavad Gita, or is he singing his own Gita? Bhagavad Gita is song of God as Krishna spoke it. So we need to hear it from the devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.